With all of the budgeting videos that I've been sharing lately, I wanted to devote an entire video to talking about money and kids. So I have two kids. Kate is 11 and Derek is 7. So I asked you guys on our Facebook group, the Golden Circle. If you're not a part of that group, we would love for you to become a part of our community. The link is always in the description. Don't forget to answer the 3 questions, or 2 questions. I think there's 2 questions. 2 questions. Don't forget to answer the 2 questions so that I can approve you. I asked you guys if you had any questions for me that involved kids and money. And you asked some amazing questions, and I'm going to share those today and answer them. Hey you guys, I'm Kristen and welcome to the Gold Project. If you're new here, welcome. We hope you decide to become a part of our community by clicking that red subscribe button below. Also hit that bell notification so you are informed every time I post videos. I post videos at least 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And on this channel, we have a mission to get organized on a budget and with a plan together. So I hope you decide to click that red subscribe button and to become a part of our community and our mission. So these questions are going to be in no particular order. I am just pulling up where I asked on our Facebook group, and I'm just going to go through them from the top to the bottom. So the first question is probably the biggest question. It says, do you give them allowances? Honestly, my husband and I do not give allowances to our kids. We feel like housework and laundry and picking up their rooms are part of being a part of the family, and they're just things that we all do. My husband and I do not get paid for doing laundry and all of that, so our kids do not get paid either. So some of the things that they're responsible for, making up their bed, vacuuming their room, their laundry. So the way that we do laundry, I've talked about this in a video as well. I will link that video on a card above. I think it's a couple months old. So how we do laundry is we will all go to the living room on laundry days. I just cannot keep up with it every single day. I just can't do it. So we put all of the clean laundry in tubs. We'll dump all the laundry out on the couch, and then we have a bucket for each person. And then we just put everybody's clothes in their bucket, and then that individual is responsible for putting up their clothes. And then the towels and all of that, we do all of those together. So they are responsible for their clothes. So recently, this summer, we have been teaching them how to put their dishes in the dishwasher. Kate does hand wash dishes. She's unloaded the dishwasher. Derek's most recent household chore that has been added is the trash can. So on Thursdays is trash day. So it's too heavy for him to take down there because he's 7. But after it is emptied by the people that pick the trash up, his responsibility is to bring it back up to the house. So they have things they have to help with. They have to make sure the living room is picked up. They have to keep their office area picked up. So the household chores are just things that they are required to do. We do not pay them for those. They are just part of living in the house and learning how to be responsible, because one day they're not going to live with us and they need to know how to do these things. So number 2 is, do they do the save, give, spend setup, or consider doing it? So how do our kids earn money? We consider school to be their work. So we will pay them for grades. So we have it set up to where if they make certain grades, they receive money for, this amount of money for A's, this amount of money for B's, and so forth. So let's say that they get $20 for a grade period. They are required to save 20%. So they have to save $4 of that. And let me tell you, it is really painful for them to have to give us the $4, even though they're keeping it. So what we do is I have 2 envelopes in the office, and their save money goes in it. It's not anything that they can use to buy anything. It has to go to savings. So they are required to save 20% of all of their grade money. So that is basically all they get money for, is grades. So the giving part of that question, I will be honest, Our kids do a fantastic job with giving. We do not want to force them to give. We want it to be a natural thing, and they are both so good at it. I cannot tell you how many times they've both been at school and they've taken their own money. Kate is really good. Like, Derek hasn't really gotten to the stage yet. Kate's been really good about when they have book fairs or like snow cones at school, or what they call Friday refreshments. She wants to use her own money. She doesn't want to use money that we give her. Even though we would prefer that, she wants to use her own money. And she will always come home with something for Derek. And Derek does the same thing. So when he has Friday refreshments, he gets to have 2 treats that he gets at the end of the day to take home with him. And he always comes home with one for him and one for Kate. So I feel like that they do a really good job at giving. So as they get older, we will increase and start doing other things as well outside of the house. But I think they're doing a really good job at giving so far. Okay, question number 3. What kinds of things do you pay for, and what is just expected as a member of the house? So I kind of have already gone into that. So household things, we don't pay for those. But so I've kind of explained how that kind of works with grades and household chores. Now let me go outside, and what things do my husband and I purchase for them versus what do they have to use their money for. So I will tell you, when we go on vacation, we've already been on vacation, but I'm filming this before vacation. So they will take their money. If there's anything extra that they want, stuffed animals, souvenirs, and all of that, they will be required to use their money for that. Now we will buy 1 or 2 things for them, but our main goal for going on vacation, and if we go shopping, is to get school things, school shoes, backpacks, clothes, and all of that. So we get them the necessities. We will get them things every once in a while here and there. Like I might get Derek an action figure, or Kate a Disney pin that she really wants. But the big items are things that we save for Christmas. So I've already started Christmas shopping. Any toys and all of those type of things, those are Christmas items, unless they want to use their money for it. Because I will tell you, once I got out of school and had to start using my own money, money had a whole different look to it. It was a lot more valuable than when my mom went out and bought me, you know, clothes and shoes and all of that. I had no concept of money. So we're trying to make it where they have a concept of money and how much things cost. And so far, they're really good about it. Now, I will tell you, poor Derek, the first time he got his grade money, he went out and spent all of it on these walkie-talkies. I'm not kidding. Like $30. We let him do it because it's the way that they learn. So he quickly learned that he should not waste his money on things like that only work for a short period of time. So it was a great learning experience. So he learned with the $30 that you should save it and get things that are worth it. Y'all, right now he is telling us that he is saving his money for a dog. I had to tell him yesterday, Derek, even if you get enough money for a dog, you still have to go through me and your dad to get a dog. That's not how that works. You can't just take your money and buy a dog and then be done with it. There are other responsibilities, and you have to go through us before you get a dog. Okay, thoughts on kids having their own bank accounts, checking, saving, prepaid card, or some combination, and at what age? Of course, the parent still has to be on the child's account, but it's really the child's. So this is a great question about savings accounts for kids. So we let Kate go, I want to say it was 3 years ago. We took her in the bank with her piggy bank full of money. She had, I want to say, a little bit over $200. So we took her to the bank, me and her dad, and we let her open a savings account. So she got all of the little piggy banks and all of that. So we made it a special event for her. So I think she was about 8 when she opened up her savings account. So we're saving money. Derek hasn't opened up one yet, so he's 7. So probably next year when he turns 8, we'll probably let him go in the bank and do the same thing. So the money that Kate has right now for her saving envelope, we'll take that at some point and and deposit that into her savings account. So for us, and this is just my opinion, all of this is my opinion, it's just the way that we've done money with our kids. So I think just when they have the concept of money and understand what it means to walk into the bank and open up a savings account, I think that's when they should have one. So at the age of 8, Kate was really good. It was a big thing for her. I mean, I feel like it was an important step for her with the money. So now she knows that she has her money and where it is, and that we'll go in and deposit money from time to time into her account. So next year, if we feel like Derek is ready at 8, he will do the same thing. So next question is, what age is good to start? So we started with both of our kids when they entered school. So preschool at 4. So I think introducing money in the very beginning is something that is important. It's important for us. So once they started getting in school and they started getting grades, they got paid. And I will tell you, in the beginning, when Kate was getting money and Derek wasn't, Derek was like, oh, I want money. Well, how do I get money? So he saw through Kate how important grades are and how you make money based on the good grades that you make. So he has done a great job with getting good grades and working really hard, and both of them have done so great, and they've got the max amount of money every time so far during their grade periods. So I just think any time is a good time to start. I wouldn't say an age. For us, we just started at 4 when they entered school, but it just depends on your kids and your family circumstances. It's got to be a right thing for you. And I will tell you, it's kind of a natural thing for us. We are really open with our kids about how much things cost and how much money we make. And we are really good at communicating as a family with how much things cost, even from vacation, how much our vacation costs, how much money that my husband and I have to save for us to go on vacation. So we make it really natural in our house to discuss money because we don't want it to be a stressful thing for our kids. We want them to understand it, and by communication that comes naturally in the home, we feel like that they're going to get a better grasp of money and be more responsible with it. So we always sit down. Our kids can see us when we're sitting down talking about the budget. They can see us talking about it and putting the numbers on paper. So we're hoping by seeing our example that they lead by example and do the same thing with their money. Okay, the next question is, how do you explain the value of money they get? My daughter is 8 and she lays her money all over the house. I think it's a natural thing, kind of like I stated. We just kind of naturally make it part of the household discussion. So I feel like it's got to fit your family. What may work for one family may not work for others. I will tell you, Kate is a lot more responsible with her money than Derek. Let me share with you an example. So when we were cleaning out my car, I did get a new car. If you didn't know that, I have a video over it. I will link it in a card above. When we were cleaning out my Rogue to take it in, to trade it in, Derek's wallet was in the glove box. Derek had been asking several weeks where his money was. And I'm like, son, I guess it's in the drawer where I keep all your savings stuff. I had no idea it was in my car. So for him, he's 7. He still doesn't get the value of money. He's learning, and I think it takes through learning experiences. So I still don't think when we told him where the wallet is, he still doesn't know the concept of money. I don't think he's going to understand it until he really gets out and really starts using the money and buying things with it. He had that experience where he used his money that time and spent the $30 on the walkie-talkies, and he realized that was a bad decision. So we have to let them make the bad decisions and learn from them. So, I mean, he left his wallet in the glove box. So it's the things that work for Kate's not going to work for him. So we're going to have to slowly find different methods to teach him the value of money, because evidently what we're doing must not be working because he's just laying it around still. So you are not the only one. So we've got to find the same ways to teach Derek the concept of money. So the next set of questions here, it's from one person. I want to go through and I want to read them all. I've answered some of them, but the other ones I will talk about. When did you start teaching your kids about money? So I said when they entered school. Do you think it's important to teach them to budget, save, and know about bills? Yes, we do. So we're very open with them about money and how much things cost. And as they get older, Kate's going to be in 6th grade, we will slowly open them a checking account and we will talk to them about money and taxes and all of that. I think it's very important and it's our responsibility to teach them these things. Do the kids always get the same amount of money each week? I don't give them allowances to my kids. They make money based off the grades. So far they've made the same amount of money for grades because they both had amazing report cards. So it could be that type of thing to where they don't make the same amount because one of them may slack off and not get as good of grades as the other one. So it depends on them as an individual. They don't get the same amount. It's what they earn through their grades. Do you talk to your kids about credit cards, credit scores? If not, do you have an age in mind to do so? I will talk to my kids about credit cards. I think it's very important because I feel like when kids go to college, I didn't know about credit cards. I got one and I had to learn, but I was really leery about it. Y'all, I'm always one of those people that's scared of just about everything dealing with money, and I'm scared I'm going to screw up the car, for instance. So yes, I will talk to them about credit cards probably when they get in high school and we start talking about checking accounts and all of that, and talking about college. We will talk about credit cards. We will talk about credit scores. We will talk about interest rates. So yes, I think it's very important, and it's probably going to be something that happens in high school. What are your plans, if any, for saving for college, or do you think your family will approach higher ed costs? I will tell you, this is a great question, and it's a question that my husband and I have started talking about. And let's go ahead and talk about another question with this. I did have somebody ask me the question, is it normal for us to gift a car to our 16-year-old that is such a nice car? So if you did not watch, I'm going to talk about the car first, then I'll talk about college. If you did not see my video where I talk about my car and why I decided to go with a new car, I will link it in a card above. But overall, my main reason why I decided to go with a new one was because in 5 years that car will be paid for and it will go to Kate. So I had the question, is it normal for you to gift a child, a 16-year-old, that nice of a vehicle? In my opinion, the car is going to be 5 years old. I want her to be in a good vehicle. So my husband and I plan to do the same thing for our kids that my mom did for me. My mom, when I was 16, gifted me a 1997 Chevy Cavalier. I want to say it had a few thousand miles on it. It was considered a program car, so basically it was a new car, but that was the car that I was gifted. Any car after that, I had to purchase myself. So that car lasted me until 2008. So that was an amazing car. It lasted for 11 years. I drove it until literally the wheels fell off. It got me 3 hours to school and 3 hours home from school when I needed to come home. I went to the University of Mississippi, Ole Miss, which was 3 hours from my hometown. So yes, my sister was gifted the car as well. And then when she had to get her second car, she bought it herself. So we will do the same thing for our kids. So when Kate is 16, that 2020 Honda CR-V is going to be an amazing vehicle for her. You guys, I'm not gifting my kids a piece of junk. I do not feel safe by doing that because the car, just because the car was cheap, I don't want them to be in a car that I would not feel comfortable with myself driving. I know it's not for everybody. I know that some of you might not agree with that, but that's the way my husband and I are working it. We want our kids to be in a good vehicle, and the next vehicle will be the one that they purchase themselves. So it will be Kate's responsibility to take care of the car. And then when Derek gets a vehicle, it will be his responsibility to take care of the car. So yes, we plan on gifting them a vehicle when they are 16, paying the insurance and all of that. And then I'm not sure once they graduate, my kids are 7 and 11. So once they graduate, I'm not sure how that's all gonna work, but we will work it all out as a family. Now the college part. My husband and I both have student loans. because that is how we could afford to go to school. I do not want our kids, neither one of us want our kids going to school with student loans. So our hope is that we will be able to afford their college. If they decide to go that route. If they don't decide to go to college, then that is their decision. I don't feel like somebody should be forced to go to college. Let's say Derek wants to go out and he wants to be an electrician, or let's say he wants to go out and be a plumber. I don't feel like it's my decision to tell them what life path to take. But I do feel like, and my husband feels like, it's our responsibility to help them pay for their college. Now, that doesn't mean that they're going to go out and go to, you know, Harvard. Now, that's totally different. Our goal, we would like them to live in the house. We have a really good college, the one that my mom went to, the one my sister went to, where my husband got his master's degree, that's 20 minutes away. We would love it if they would choose to live at home, to get a part-time job, and then to let us pay for their college. But, you know, that's, you know, 7 years away for Kate and 11 years away for Derek. So that's our goal. We would like to be able to pay for their college, and we don't want them to come out of school with debt. We don't want them to be sitting where we are at 38 and 39 with the amount of student loan debt that we have right now. I don't feel like it is our responsibility. I think that's very irresponsible of us to do that. And that's just my opinion. If you are one that's going to let your kids go to college on a student loan, that's your business. I'm not saying that you need to do the same thing as us. I'm just saying from our experiences and from looking at the student loans that we have, we would like to be able to pay for our kids to go to school. And those are all the questions that you guys asked. If you have any additional questions, leave those in the comments below. If I have enough questions, I'll do a second video. Or you guys, if you ask me the perfect question, it may make a video itself. So definitely leave any questions you have in the comments below. So you guys, I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you give it a big thumbs up. By giving my videos a thumbs up, it shows YouTube you're engaged and you like my content, which means they'll start suggesting it and recommending it to more people, which means our community will grow and will continue to spread positivity. Also, I hope you hit that red subscribe button to become a part of our community and our mission to get organized on a budget and with a plan together. I hope you guys have a fantastic week, and until next time, bye you guys.